So my challenge for today is Sheiva only on the Giant, obviously on BO3, and I have gotten pretty far on this map. I've gotten 104 before, so I was pretty confident. The only thing that made me sort of nervous is that this map does have mid-round dogs, and it could be kind of tough to like hit them while I'm training, because one of them could like run in front of me and trap me, and I could die pretty fast, especially in BO3 where you can get swiped super, super quick. So I was pretty nervous about those, but other than that, I was pretty confident I'd be able to get this done. Also, while I was streaming some Last Gen the Giant, just going for around 100, this guy, Dom, came in and gifted 20 memberships, so huge thank you to him. And if you're one of the people who have been gifted a membership, I put out a community post that's members only that you can go comment a challenge video on. But getting back to the actual task at hand here, the early rounds were pretty easy because, the Sheiva's a starting room weapon. It's obviously going to be pretty good on early rounds. So I basically just stayed in the spawn room with it until about round 5. And unlike World at War, even with a spawn room weapon and no jug already, I'm able to get through the dog rounds very easy because this thing is at least not a Car 98K. Thank the Lord, I can kill dogs easy. And a little bit later, I decided on getting double tap first, even before jug, just because the Sheiva is pretty weak. So I got it first and then got jug a little bit later, and honestly, double tap is very much needed. Then on round 9, I went to go link all the teleporters to spawn because I wanted to get Pack Punch as soon as possible because the unpack punch version runs out of ammo pretty quick and is also pretty weak. But once you pack punch this thing, it's actually pretty good. I don't think a lot of people know this because no one ever really pack punches the Sheiva and uses it unless it's just double pack punched. But it actually is pretty good. And also for this challenge, I obviously not going to use double pack punch because that would make it way too easy. After playing through the early rounds just training in spawn, I went to go get Quick Revive and Speed Cola, and I was maybe going to go get Stamina Up and try and actually get the Monkey Bombs to open up the secret perk, but I decided I really didn't want to spin the box, and I didn't really know if that would be allowed for this challenge, so I just decided on getting Speed Cola instead of Stamina Up because Stamina Up is really helpful, but I don't 100% need it, so I just went with Speed Cola. And as far as my strategy goes, I was just going to do like the same strat that people would do for high rounds, which is just train in the spawn room. And until I don't know, round 20, the Sheiva is really, really good. Like, as long as you're hitting headshots, you're killing super fast. So these rounds are very, very easy. But I just have to, just hit headshots, honestly. If you're not hitting headshots, especially in later rounds, you might as well just be hitting the zombies with a wet napkin. Even into the early to mid-20s, the Sheiva is still really good as long as you're hitting headshots. And you can basically just stand right here and just pick them off as they come out of the barriers, literally. This thing is actually pretty good, but obviously will fall off in the later rounds, as expected for most spawn room wall weapons. And during this training strat, I was trying to debate in my head whether or not it was worth it to back up from the horde more and ADS to make sure I was hitting headshots, or just hip fire and hope I was hitting headshots. And I decided the hip firing was probably better because I'm really slow when I'm ADSing. So I was just going to try and just walk in circles basically and just hip fire them and hope that I was hitting most headshots. And because the Sheiva hasn't honestly fallen off too terribly at this point, even up to 30, the rounds were still not super fast, but pretty fast for hitting 30 literally with the Sheiva. And even on round 30, it was still as long as you hit headshots, still very, very good gun, honestly. So if you've never pack punched a Sheiva and used it, maybe go do that. Then on round 32, as soon as the round was starting and I was getting some zombies trained up, something very, very interesting happened. As I'm sitting here thinking, oh yeah, the Sheiva's pretty good, I get fully trapped and have to get myself saved by my gobblegum that I just barely used in time and then teleported straight back to spawn. Round 33 also ended up being a dog round, so I was on 34, 0 downs, and looking like I was definitely going to be able to complete this challenge first try. On 34, I got a new Gobblegum and got an in plain sight, so I basically have 2 more get out of jail free cards if I'm about to go down. And so I'm just training in spawn, and then out of nowhere, I just get swiped super quick because a dog trapped me up against the wall, which is exactly what I was scared of when I was talking about it in the intro. Once I got up, I was pretty scared because I don't have monkeys in this, but at least I have in plain sight. So I was basically just going to try and use it, but I didn't even get it off in time, and I died on 34 and was pretty annoyed. So time for attempt 2. Attempt 2 went pretty terribly, as my first clip of the game on round 25 was me already going down, but I got a death machine as soon as I got up, so I can just pick that up, kill a lot of zombies, maybe get to the end of the round, and just progress easy. Get to the end of the round, get my perks back, keep going, and complete the challenge easily. Except I got trapped in a corner and died again. So time for attempt 3. Attempt 3 went a lot better than attempt 2, with me actually getting back to 34, so I was on pace to actually beat the challenge this time, and I still had 0 downs. And here is me passing up round 34, and the guy that commented this, his comment only said to get to round 45, but let's be honest, who's going to go to 45 and not go to 50? So I was actually just aiming for 50 instead of 45 because, I mean, why stop at 45, you know? You could at least go to 50. And at this point, I haven't really talked about it, but the Sheiva is pretty weak, and I'm definitely having to buy ammo at least 1 or 2 times per round, but it's still definitely not as bad as the Olympia challenge, to be honest. This is way better than that. And even now, on round 39, still 0 down, so I obviously just started playing a lot better than those first 2 attempts, because I started to just not worry as much about the dogs and would just hip fire them instead of trying to focus on them, ADS on them, and like slow myself down. And I think that just honestly really helped it. And I also was like using my Gobblegums more often rather than just forgetting to even get one. So I hit 40 with 0 downs this time. Now in the 40s, this thing is just awful. Most wall guns are pretty bad, but I was having to buy ammo like, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 times at this point. So this challenge was really starting to get difficult now, especially because ammo's in that little corner back there. So if I mess up my training, I could definitely get trapped back there pretty easily. And I was having to buy ammo a lot now. And on round 44, I was like going back to trying to hit as many headshots as possible because I thought maybe that's why I'm like not killing nearly as many as I thought I would be. But to be honest, I think the Sheiva is just pretty weak at this point. Like I was like, there's no way I'm only killing this many while hitting headshots. I must be missing a lot of headshots. But I think it literally, I was just crazy and the thing is just actually just weak because it's literally around 44. And then finally got it down to the last horde of 44. And killing the last horde is always so satisfying on this because they're all usually so weakened that you can kind of just like mow them down with the Sheiva. And it feels so much better to be doing that than just like shooting and like not seeing any results literally for like most of the round. So killing that last horde was always the best. And I got an insta kill to start off 45 with. And now here I am on 45, which is technically challenge complete, but I really wanted to go to 50 because, I mean, 50 would definitely look better on the thumbnail and in the title, but at the same time, I mean, stopping on 45 is just, it's just kind of weird. Like, I mean, why not go to 50, you know? And that might be why. Because I took my first down on 45, and I was kind of mad. But I went and grabbed Jug and Double Tap, and then teleported back to spawn, and figured I would just finish the round with those 2, because Quick Revive is in the OG Jug spot, which is really risky to go to mid-round, and Speed Cola I don't really need to finish out the round, so I just went and grabbed these 2 when there was like 1 or 2 zombies left, just to be safe, because I didn't want to die this close to 50. So round 46 ended up being a dog round, and after getting through most of 47, I went to get a new gobblegum and got swordplay, which is completely useless at this round, but now I only needed 2 more rounds before 50. And then last horde of 48, and I thought this was kind of cool, but like look at my points. I have almost 500,000 before round 50, which is like nuts because you usually have like maybe 150,000 by the time you're hitting 50, but because I'm using a Sheiva, I literally have almost 500,000 points on round 48, and now I'm hitting 49, so just one more round before 50. And apparently the game just wanted to see me win today because on round 49, I ended up getting a death machine, and then while killing with the death machine, I got an insta-kill, and that will absolutely speed this round up a ton. It won't kill the entire round, but it will definitely speed it up by a lot, because these rounds at that point were taking like 13 minutes. But I did end up killing the entire round, and I was very happy. So here I ended up hitting round 50, and I just want to say another big thank you to Dom for gifting 20 memberships while I was live playing Last Gen. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'm gonna have a lot of members challenges to do, like, because he gifted 20 and each member gets a challenge, so there's gonna be a lot of uploads these next like month literally, so stay tuned for those. And thanks for watching, but please like and subscribe because I'm getting very close to 1,000 subscribers.